this opportunity to publicly commend for her leadership in a recent highway issue which has been of concern to many citizens in Copiah County. The Honorable Sally Garland, Mayor, City of Crystal Springs.
Well, Vera, this has been a long time coming. We have one of our highways is named the Robert Johnson Highway out there on the interstate, and we appreciate the work that you've done on that. And now here we have our Highway 51, newly paved Highway 51. Thank you, Commissioner Hall. In fact, at the last dedication that we had not too long ago, we asked him if he could look at our highway, and the next thing we knew, it was getting done. So we appreciate that, don't we, supervisors? We sure do. We appreciate what you've done here in our town. And our representatives, Representative Holloway, Representative Johnson, we thank you for what you've done for our city here in Crystal Springs, and we appreciate the things that you've done. Our sheriff is here. Thank you for all you do with us and how we work together so well. I appreciate that. Our chief of police is out there, and our investigators out there directing traffic. All of you guests and the Johnson family, you're getting honored. Thank goodness. Welcome, and we look forward to a great program.
Thank you, Mayor. Reputation of dependable leadership in the Mississippi House of Representatives, your representative, the Honorable Greg Holloway.
Thank you, Commissioner, and first giving honor to God and to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing us to be here today on this wonderful occasion. Just a beautiful day. The weather is nice and everything is wonderful. So we thank God for that. Today is a day set aside for the Tommy Johnson family. This is your day for us to honor his outstanding accomplishments around the world. He was a renowned, legendary blues artist. So today is your day. As Commissioner has said, in the 2014 legislative session, the House of Representatives and the Senate passed Senate Bill 2601, designating this section of highway down to Pat Harrison Drive to be known as the Robert Johnson Blues Memorial Highway. And I just want to thank several people who were very instrumental in getting this done. First, Commissioner Dick Hall and the Mississippi Department of Transportation for his leadership. Also, I want to thank Ms. Vera Collins and the Collins family. Also, Mayor Sally Garland, and last but certainly not least, Chairman of Transportation in the Mississippi House of Representatives, my friend and colleague, who actually carried the water and did not spill a drop, Chairman Robert Johnson. And also my colleague, Tom Weathersby, who is not here today, who co-authored the amendment to do just what we're here celebrating today. So I just want to say again, thank you. We love you. God bless the Johnson family. God bless the state of Mississippi. And God bless these United States of America and the world abroad. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Representative. Well, the next gentleman I'm going to have the privilege of introducing to you is an old friend of mine. He and I served together in the Senate a few years back, and he's a very important person. But he's not as famous as his son's going to be, who's playing tailback for the Jackson State Tigers. What's his number, 20? Number 20. Is he Robert Johnson the fourth? That's right. All right. Then you'll hear that name. A good friend of mine and chairman of the Mississippi Transportation Committee, the Honorable Robert Johnson.
Good morning, good afternoon. My son would be embarrassed, but I couldn't be any more proud. I appreciate you mentioning his name. He tell me to be quiet. It is a pleasure to be here today, and I want to thank Commissioner Hall and the people of Combahee County. And I also want to thank my colleague, Greg Holloway. Commissioner Hall was being a little bit subdued. Greg is one of the foremost leaders in the legislature. He does more with nothing than anybody I know. I mean, he goes in and digs up and makes things happen. He doesn't let anything lay around. This bill right here, this name of this highway, could have died, and Greg walked that floor of that house to everybody and got it done. And he does that with every piece of legislation. So you got you a good man down there, and it's a pleasure and honor to serve with you. It's a pleasure to be here today. Let me tell you, we tell all our colleagues in the Delta, they call themselves the home of the blues. We're slowly and clearly beginning to understand Crystal Springs, Combahee County is the home of the blues, right here. And they couldn't have a better name behind it than Johnson, I want to tell you. I'm proud of that. But it's really a pleasure to be here. Tommy Johnson, famous during his time for his special vocals. They say he could go from low to high better than anybody. You wouldn't even know the difference. Great guitarist, established himself around the world, was a predecessor to people like Howlin' Wolf. They learned from him. And so the Johnson family and all his descendants should be very proud of what he accomplished. And it's high time we honored him, and it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad to have been a part of it. And thank y'all for having me this morning.
No, I did a little research when this came to my attention that we were going to be having this occasion. Tommy Johnson, and he was an interesting dude. And you're right about the range of his voice. And I would love to have seen we said a film or something of what he could do with a guitar. They said he could play a guitar and throw it in the air and play the guitar. Apparently quite a talented individual, no doubt, and apparently from what we've researched already, a hard-living fellow. It's a shame that he's not still around to see. I'm sure he's seen it though from where he is. Next, a very special guest, the niece of Tommy Johnson, Miss Vera Johnson Collins.
Good afternoon. To the mayor of this great city, her board of aldermen, to Representative Greg Holloway, Mr. Dick Hall, Mr. Robert Johnson, family and friends, and everyone that made this event possible. I bring you greetings from the Tommy Johnson Blues Foundation, its board of directors, its family and friends. I'm going to give you a brief history about Tommy Johnson and this great Highway 51 here. Tommy Johnson was born in 1896 right up the road here in Terry, Mississippi, to a musically talented family. He had three other brothers, Clarence, Liddell, and Major, that was also guitar players too. Liddell was the one that taught Tommy Johnson how to play. It was a large family, so Grandpa took and made up him a band out of his children. And a lot of the instruments that they played, he carved them. And they would go to the Medicine Man shows and the circus and different things that was happening around town, and they would perform at a very, very early age. Tommy Johnson had other cousins that lived right here in Crystal Springs. The Taylor family, Charlie Willis and Mott Willis, and they all played together as well. So Crystal Springs is full of a lot of great blues guitar playing men. Tommy just went on to make it larger than my father, his brothers, and all the rest of them. But I tell you, Crystal Springs was full of every kind and any kind of blues singer that you could possibly name, from Howlin' Wolf to Muddy Waters to even Elvis Presley at a very young age. This town was very rich in the blues. And Tommy Johnson made his way up and down this highway that we're dedicating today. This mighty Highway 51 is what I call it. Because as a girl, 6 years old, I remember if you could get to this 51 highway, you could get to any destination that you was trying to get to. You see, 51 connected to 49, and 49 connected to 61. And that's the way Tommy Johnson, his brothers, and other colleagues traveled. Well, now you know 61 leads into Route 66, and I don't know what that is. But anyway, the thing of it is that this is a great, great, great highway. Being 6 years old and seeing the bus just stop on side the highway, if you was standing there with your suitcase and just swipe you right on up and keep on going. Being 6 years old, sitting on top of my mama's house and getting many whoopings because they couldn't find me. And they said, she out there on top of the house, mama. And they were like, well, why is she on top of the house? She said she want to know where that 51 go to, because one day she going to get on that 51 and she not coming back no more. So at a very young age, this 51 highway was significant. I was doing research, and everything go wrong when you're trying to do something. I couldn't download my speech. I've been practicing on it for a whole week. And I said, Lord, just give me the words. But I wanted to tell a little history further about 51 when it was first discovered or made or whatever. It was back in, I think, if my mind leads me correctly, it was during the time in 1925, I believe, that it was a government highway. And by the time Tommy Johnson died, it used to have US 51. And they dropped that, and then the state started taking care of the highways in around 1956, if my mind is correct on what I researched and I saw on the internet. So this is a very, very old highway. It's one of the oldest highways that is in existence, I do believe, as far as the research and stuff that I had done. And in my final conclusion on what I would like to say is, I would like to quote some words that my father used to always say about Uncle Tommy, and some things that someone else said. A writer said, perhaps Tommy Johnson ensured his own fame by being generous in teaching his songs to others, particularly young musicians. He was never jealous about music. And then another one went on to say, it was said that he would always end parties with Big Road Blues, his most moving song. Big Road Blues open line with, ain't going down this big road by myself. If so, it must have been the last song he sang shortly before his death. And these are words that my father quoted on his brother. He said, he wasn't a rough man. He was easy to get along with. He never got into a fight. He just had rambling on his mind. When he stopped to work, he was as good a man, he was as good a hand as you want to see. He'd do as much work as anybody. But when the notion struck him to hit that road, he didn't tell nobody where he was going. Just look for him when you see him again. These are the words of his brother, Major Johnson. So Tommy Johnson did a lot of travel up and down this 51 highway. My father told me a story about one time he walked from Greenville to Crystal Spring. It took him a week, but when he got here, he didn't have no soles up under the bottom of his shoes. So Crystal Springs and Mayor Sally Gardner and everyone that's here today, I thank you all. It's been a very, very hard journey, but we got a lot of more work to do, because right down this street is the Warm Springs Cemetery, and this is where Tommy Johnson is buried. And we need to come together and work together to get this road open and get the cemetery restored, so that we can get all these tour buses that's coming in here and help raise the town back to what it used to be a long time ago, where you couldn't hardly walk down the streets for people. Let's work together, and let's bring Tommy Johnson on home on this big road, Highway 51. And I thank you, and I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Collins. Well done.
Sure know killing me. Alcohol, sure no killing me. If alcohol don't kill me, I may not never die. I woke up this morning, alcohol on my mind. Woke up this morning, alcohol on my mind. Well, I woke up this morning with alcohol on my mind. Well, I drank so much shade till it done give me the lemonade. Drank so much till it done give me the lemonade. Well, if I don't stop drinking, somebody gonna found me dead. If I don't stop drinking, somebody gonna find me dead. Going down big road by myself. If I can't take you, girl, gonna take me somebody else. Oh, sun gonna shine, my back door someday. Don't you hear me, mama? Sun gonna shine, my back door someday. Strong wind gonna blow, gonna blow my blues away. Girl, why you treat me like you do? Tell me, why do you treat me like you do? You think you gonna do me like you do poor boy Sherry? Take the poor boy money, sure won't take mine. Take the poor boy money, but you sure won't take mine. Take that poor boy money, but you sure enough won't take mine. Now I ain't going down big road by myself. Don't you hear me, mama? I ain't going down big road by myself. Ah, you don't go, honey, gonna take me somebody else.
Thank you, Mr. Payton. Well done. All right, now I ask all the presenters here if they'll join me while we unveil the sign declaring the Tommy Johnson Blues Memorial Highway. Sheriff.
All right, everybody look this way.
Everybody get shot. Look that way.
We'll get this one, then we'll get all the family in there, okay?
You want us to mount up on the truck?